Hello everyone, this is Defense Politics Asia and this is the Frontline Changes report for the past 3 days or 2.5 days because Deep State UA's report, the mapping have not come out yet. So yeah, so check out the SITREP for the latest information later, which the Deep State UA most likely will post their frontline their mapping change. So we're going to start off with Darino over the Kherson Front. So we're going to close this black box first. We'll talk about this later. So over at Darino, Russian forces has been geolocated in a new position on this western flank of the Kherson Front, which means that they have straightened the front line between Darino and Nizhny Klin, moving in the direction of Svediklovo or towards the border between Russia and Ukraine. So this is pretty significant. This actually is a very huge amount of ground. It's 3.17 square kilometers. The advance could potentially be either around 700 meters or from the other direction is around almost 2 kilometers. So pretty significant advance in the western flank. Over on this Sudja southeast, the Ukrainian forces continue to capture grounds over the past 2.5-3 days. Or rather, the geolocation, the videos just came out of the Ukrainian counter offensive, with the latest geolocation of Ukrainian forces just east of Komalkov, straightening the front line in this sector, where the Ukrainians was conducting some operation towards this railway forest. At Fanastievka, Ukrainian forces has been geolocated in 3 different locations along the forest, confirming some advance and capture over in the Fanastievka region. So so this is the entire area here. The distance traveled is not much, it's around 800-700 meters. Actually, that's quite a bit. The forest region here is much more complicated to count, but all these are part of the initial counter offensive. So this is just the footages that come out later, which we are then able to do this mapping. So it's not too bad. The Ukrainians managed to retake the buffer around Sudja. So that's the frontline changes over in the Kherson Front. We jump next all the way to the Voreshna Front. Over at the Voreshna Front at the beachhead or the bridgehead, over at Voreshna as the Patny, Russian forces has been geolocated in 2 different locations where the Russian forces take new positions in different forests. Anyway, one is over on the west of the Patny, where the Russian forces, there's some ugly arrow. Wait, let me draw better arrows. Over the west of the Patny. The other one is over in the northeast of the Patny, where the Russian forces start to gain more grounds and security by taking all these forests around the Patny. So these are the various areas captured by the Russian forces. Voreshna is here, which is arguably under Russian control. So that's the region around here. After the Voreshna Front, we go to Liman Front. At Liman Front, over in the Terny region, so this is Liman, this is the Liman Front. And over in the Terny region, Russian forces have taken a lot of grounds around here with geolocation of Russian forces entering into Yampolivka. And this also comes with the Ukrainian mapping acknowledging that the Russians have captured all these forests east of Terny. So that's the frontline change in this sector. The distance traveled from the previous front line to the new one is around 800-900 meters. So almost a kilometer. So sorry for the Americans. No, I don't count miles. I don't know how to count in miles. So yeah, like no, you should come to the the proper side of the measurement. Like no, don't be so extra. So unless Donald Trump start to sanction the whole world and they tariff the whole world for using kilometers, then we'll start to use foot and hands. Anyway, foot and miles. So after Yampolivka, the next frontline change is over as the Boshki, over in the Bakhmut front. This is just one small little change. According to the Ukrainian mapping, Deep State UA have mapped that the Russian forces have advanced along this area here. Although this region has been already declared as under Russian control by Russian mapping. So yeah, so that's all. The next frontline change, we jump all the way to Sripne, over in the Pokrov southern flank. This area here, there is a geolocation of Russian forces on the western part of Sripne. However, Deep State UA, the pro-Ukrainian sources, map that the Russian forces have basically entered into the eastern part of Zaporizhia. So this is the tiny Zaporizhia, not the big city Zaporizhia. So this is some advance. The total distance traveled is probably around half a kilometer. So that's all from the Pokrov front. Moving further south at Andriivka, the Ukrainian mapping continued to map weird snake-like advancement within the battle of Andriivka, showing that the Russian forces capturing some weird grounds. Though this is some very weird mapping from Ukrainian mapping, most likely the front line is actually now looking like this. But yeah, so we will map whatever they map, because every information in this mapping is sourced. Unless I tell you otherwise, there is no much more of a judgment call. But for Andriivka's case, I just don't want to jump ahead. So this is what it is. The frontline change at Andriivka. So after Andriivka, we go to Novy Koma over in the Velika Novosilka sector of Donetsk front. It's no longer a front line per se, like now it's just part of the sector of the Donetsk front, because Velika Novosilka have fallen and the action here is reduced. So I'm going to just call this Velika Novosilka sector as we used to call it. It's no longer a major front line. Russian forces geolocated in the north of Novy Koma, confirming Russians mapping over in the northern part. The only part that is not confirmed is over on this western part, southwestern part of Novy Koma. Although this is unlikely to be under Ukrainian control, which means the Russians most likely have already full capture of Novy Koma. But yeah, so that's all from this area. And there's one last very surprising frontline change. It's over at Kherson Front. Over at the Kherson Front, over in Dniprovsk, or opposite the Dniprovsk, so there is a geolocation of Russian forces attacking the bridge, moving towards Dniprovsk. And the fact that the Russians are here confirming that the entire island, or rather Delta Island, I also don't know what you call this, River Delta Island thingy. This entire island here is now fully under Russian control, because that's the only way out, unless you're using a boat. So Russian forces fully taking all of this position, validating reports from the Ukrainian defense ministry that there's always fighting, somewhere along in the Kherson Front. So this is probably it, where the Russian forces have secured Pishanivka, as well as Zaplava, and the Russian forces basically attacking towards Pridniprovsk. So for those that are not aware, because this was Pridniprovsk has been was fought over a very long time ago. This is actually a railway. So this is actually a railway. It leads all the way across. You can see that it's actually I think this is a raised railway, slightly raised railway across this wet zone, and it crossed across this bridge towards Pridniprovsk, the village or the town. So this is a railway bridge. The bridge is most likely already destroyed, but the Russians are trying to go across this bridge, which is yet another smaller railway bridge. But according to the information, the bridge is already actually destroyed, but they are attacking towards that direction. So anyway, very, very significant. This distance is around 2 kilometers. This entire island is huge, is around 11.5 square kilometers, which contributes to the biggest area captured by the Russian forces over the past 2.5-3 days. So that is the largest one. The next biggest one is actually at Kursk, which is the securing of Darino. This chunk here itself alone is 3.17 square kilometers, which is actually bigger than the other two areas captured by the Ukrainians, which together is only 1.77 square kilometers. Oh, the black box is not big enough. Yeah. No. Later, you all say I pro-Russia because I didn't, give the black box to the Ukrainian capture. This wired. Anyway, so the otherwise, Liman also have is the third biggest, is 2.51 because of the capture of the Terny and Yampolivka region, which is this sector. So let's do some mathematics to see what is the total area captured by the Russian forces. So over the past 2.5 or 3 days, 3.17 plus 1.71 plus 2.51 plus 0.35 plus 0.4 plus 0.16 plus 0.51 plus 0.5. So the total area captured is 20.31. So 20.31 is around 2 days worth of capture by Russian recent standards of capturing. Although we are still short of the Ukrainian deep state UAS update for the 9th of February. So definitely it's still not over yet, but definitely for now, I would just map this so that at least the sit rep there's something interesting for you to watch. So anyway, thank you for watching. Press the like button, subscribe. I'll see you guys in the situation report, and I'll see you guys in the next update.